man, Speed Racer. I love Speed Racer.
Here comes Speed Racer.
That quirky little cartoon from the 60s will always hold a special place in my heart. Maybe it's just an awkward sense of childhood nostalgia, but I don't know, I just love it. Yeah, it's pretty stupid, and everybody knows that the show is notorious for its hilariously bad dubbing.
Speed's going to be a professional racer? That's very interesting. I would have beaten you anyway, Speed, so you're lucky you won't be competing. So long.
But you know what? That's where the show got all of its charm. Think about it. Would it really have been as memorable all these years later without that so bad it's good factor? I kinda doubt it. Now, when I heard they were making a live-action movie based on the show, I was scared. And then I saw the trailer. Oh, it feels like so long ago. Only one thought went through my mind. That this would either be really, really good or really unspeakably bad. With something like Speed Racer, there would be no gray area in between. So which one was it, you might ask? Well, spoiler alert, it sucked! Now, before I get started with this ass fest, I must caution my viewers that this movie is very shiny and has lots of pretty colors that go by really, really fast. So if you're prone to seizures, you may want to think twice about watching. I'm not taking any chances myself because, well, let's face it, if this can cause seizures, then no one will be safe from this movie. And as an added precaution for myself, I have these authentic seizure-proof sunglasses handy so that I don't see anything that's going on around me. Hey, it worked in Ghoulies, right? Okay, now that I'm ready, let's get this show on the road, shall we? So the movie opens up with a young speed racer taking a test. Because when I think of Speed Racer, I'm thinking school. But fear not, it's not long before the audience is treated to its very first seizure. Ah! Wait a minute. These aren't sunglasses. Fucking 3D movies. Now where did I... Here you go. Let's try this again, shall we? That's better. And this is why you don't use American animators. Good lord, what kind of world is this? Just look at it. It's like Dick Tracy, fuck the Brady Bunch. Alright, here we meet Rex, Speed's older brother and current obsession. Or maybe fatal attraction. Okay. Well, anyway, Rex then takes young Speed to a racetrack for a little joyride.
The car's a living, breathing thing.
No, it's not.
You can feel it talking to you, telling you what she wants, what she needs.
No, it doesn't.
Well, they said Ben Burns drove the final lap of the Vanderbilt Cup with his eyes closed.
Well, that's kinda impressive, but can he do it while texting?
Maybe you just can't hear it then. Maybe you ought to start hitting those books.
No, I hear it.
That's right, kids. Education is for chumps. Well, it looks like them racer boys are at it again. Anyway, it turns out that this was all just a flashback, and we are then thrust into what this movie refers to as the present, where it seems that Japan has finally taken over the world. My God, I'm only 5 minutes in and I already feel like I missed a lot. Maybe the commentators can fill us in.
Local fan favorite Speed Racers gobbling up this track.
Let us hope he does not make the same mistakes that his brother made.
Well, a lot of help that was. And so the race continues, and comes to a complete halt for another flashback, where we see Rex racing. On the exact same course. Okay. We're then transported back to the present, where we see Speed. Oh, what the? Another flashback already? So we cut back to Dr. Seuss land, where we see an attempted murder take place. Eat shit, Brady's!
Oh, my nose!
Now we finally get back to the race, where we are interrupted yet again, this time by needless exposition. Well, at least it's exposition from the present this time, right? Christ, another fucking flashback. You know, if the movie continues on this way, it might just dethrone Highlander for the most pointless flashbacks in a single movie. In this scene, we see that Rex has had enough and is going off on his own.
Something I want you to have.
But the Mach 5's your car.
Which explains why you're currently driving the Mach 6 inexplicably. I just can't take it anymore. I gotta get away, Speed. Mom and Dad do a lot of drugs. They even named you after their favorite. So with Rex finally gone, flashback number 27 ends, and for the love of God, can we just see Speed Racer race? So Speed finally finishes, and for those of you keeping score at home, we are 17 minutes into this movie, and about 85% of it has been devoted to flashbacks. Yeah, because when I think Speed Racer, I'm thinking exposition-heavy backstory. Now we cut to Spritle and everybody's favorite useless character, Chim Chim. You might remember Spritle as Speed's younger brother in the show, but here, I just don't buy it. Just look at this kid. The butt chin, the squinty eyes, the vague look of wrinkles on his forehead, and even his posture. He looks more like an old man than a kid. Maybe he's really a 40-year-old midget or something, I don't know. Well, if that's the case, then he can't be Speed's younger brother Spritle. He looks more like Speed's Uncle Murray to me. And why Murray? Well, because Murray is an old man's name, that's why.
Murray!
Anyway, let's see what Uncle Murray and his damn dirty ape are up to now. Next! So now we're introduced to the rest of the Racer crew. The dad, played by John Goodman, doing his best Mario impression, and the mom, played by Susan Sarandon. What? What the hell is someone with your career doing in this movie? And then comes Trixie, played by Christina Ricci, who for some reason just can't stop smiling. But I really wish she would. I still haven't recovered after all these years. Seeing you smile in Addams Family Values still gives me nightmares. Ooh, that's frightening. So at breakfast, the Racer family noticed something odd in the paper.
I just can't believe there's not one mention of Racer Motors in here.
That's because the sponsors control the media, Sparky.
Not according to Mel Gibson. Yeah, as it turns out, Speed and company get no respect in the sport because they're just a small, independent team. It doesn't have any affiliation with any large sponsor company, and I really don't care. I just want to see them race. Do we really need all this pointless padding? And then the ground begins to shake, and it seems that something might actually happen in this movie. Hey, I know! Let's play a fun little game, shall we? What do you think is at the door that's causing this disturbance? Is it A, the Cloverfield monster, B, a T-Rex, C, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, or D, a tubby British guy with some unfunny and unnecessary comic relief? Place your bets now. I'll wait. Okay, time's up. Let's see what's behind door number 1. Oh crap, I had my money on A. This pudgy guy is Mr. Royalton, who is the head of one of the largest conglomerate companies. Oh, who are we kidding here? He's obviously the bad guy because, well, he's British. And that's just the way things work in these movies.
We play bad guys in Hollywood movies because of the Revolutionary War. Yes.
Evil Spice here wants Speed to sign up with his company under the guise of getting them the respect that they deserve by becoming their sponsor. Naturally, Pops gets the feeling that something is foul in the Mushroom Kingdom and makes it clear that he doesn't trust him. So to put his mind at ease, Royalton offers to give them all a tour of Royalton Industries, which I assume is nothing more than a big-ass Radio Shack. While inside, we see lots of strange things that I honestly don't see being of any benefit whatsoever in the field of racing. Seriously, this is some weird shit. Just take a look at it.
And at Team Royalton, we prepare our drivers for any eventuality.
And this is where we make our everlasting gobstoppers. If you want to view paradise. Sorry about that. The tour of the factory eventually leads to a banquet hall where Uncle Murray spots his man crush.
That's Cannibal Taylor.
Honor to meet you.
Ha! Yes, I will be your villain in the final act, but don't plan on seeing me until then. Ha ha! Tally-ho!
Thanks, Jack.
So anyway, Speed is given some time to consider Royalton's offer. But we're not given the chance to process that information as the movie cuts rather abruptly to an entirely different scene. Don't you just love the editing in this movie? So now we see a group of mobsters led by former President Martin Van Buren as they're beating up a fellow racer named Togokan, played by K-pop sensation and arch nemesis of Stephen Colbert, Rain. Things don't look too good for Rain, but they're interrupted by Sandra Bernhard or Boy George or something with news that they're being tailed. And then Knight Rider shows up and starts to shoot the shit out of the mobster's office truck. God, are we even still watching the same movie? Well, unfortunately we are, because this is Racer X, and he's played by that guy from Lost. And I hope you all like bad Lost puns, because there is no way I'm letting that go. You look lost. You've been warned.
The only way you'll ever stop these people is to bring them to justice.
That's a commodity I don't waste my money on.
I've lost my patience.
I'll see you at Fuji.
You won't finish. When you lose.
Don't you mean after he's lost? I've got a million of these. Ooh, new scene. Hey look, the Mach 5.
Why?
There's no joke there. I'm just glad to finally see it on screen.
Why?
And what's it doing? It's parked. We finally see the iconic car of Speed Racer in the Speed Racer movie, and he's just sitting in it. Fantastic. Because when I think of Speed Racer, I think, oh, you get the point.
So, are you saying this doesn't make sense?
Yes! A few minutes ago, we finally get a taste of the action that this movie has to offer, and now I have to sit here while you two make small talk? Fuck that! You know what? The hell with this story. This is all pointless. You know what this is like? This is like watching the first Hulk movie again. All I wanted to see was Hulk smash! But instead, what we got was Ang Lee serenading us with pretentious backstory about how Bruce Banner had all of this rage built up inside of him, and how he had this traumatic childhood and an abusive, overbearing father, and Hulk puppies. Okay, that was pretty cool. But nobody cares! It's the Hulk! We don't need any of that. Hulk just needs to hit stuff, be green, and have mild backstory. This is Speed Racer. We want to see racing. We don't need all this character development and exposition and family dynamics. Oh, your boyfriend and girlfriend? Oh, that's nice. Race! Now, I'm all for compelling storytelling, but this ain't Shawshank, people. This is Speed Racer. Have you ever even watched the show? I mean, it's rare that it ever gets any deeper than, Speed, you have to come in first. Oh no, it's Racer X! Spritle. Credits! So from here on out, we're just gonna skip the story altogether and get to the quote-unquote good parts. But not before we see this Men's Warehouse commercial.
You know what I want.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.